Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm going to paint a cat with a bird nest on its head. I've got an 11-inch by 14-inch cradled wood panel. It's 1.5 inches thick. I've got clear gesso on it just because I bought that ages ago and I just keep using it. You could mix some paint in with that clear gesso if you wanted to. I'm going to use primarily Burnt Umber and Raw Sienna. Here, I'll just show you. They're Liquitex Basics, so Burnt Umber, Raw Sienna. I'm going to throw in some yellows to warm it up. Here, as long as I'm doing that cad yellow medium hue. And I think I'm going to want the eyes. It's kind of an orange, rusty tabby looking cat. I'm going to use a little phthalo blue green shade to green up the eyes. This one's a heavy body. And I also think I want to just put some paint down on the wood panel. So I'm going to mix a light, mostly burnt umber color mix. And I'm going to use a 2-inch brush and just have some loose brush strokes in the background. Okay, guys, let's have some fun. Let's set the table. So I already took a turn because I added more colors. I realized I wanted to make the nose pinker. I could have made it a raw sienna color. So this color's raw sienna. Find something to point with here. So that's raw sienna. I put out some quinacridone and I put some raw sienna in it, a little burnt umber in it, some titanium white in it to make a warm pink, a warm brownie pink. And I like that. That nose, sometimes, well here, that nose could be done. Finish that thought. The eyes are much more colorful than I think they're gonna end up being because I'm gonna put in lights coming from this direction. So I'm gonna have shadow, darker color under here. Probably kind of like this, well, actually this way. Well, let me think about the shape of the eye. I'll figure it out. So shadow kind of over in here. And then they're really intense. I want to calm them down. But I'm also thinking it'll be the only green in the painting. Although this color here, I don't know if you can see it, is kind of greenish. Sometimes that happens. I mixed I don't know, whatever I had over here, some raw, or I probably had some blue in it, and the raw sienna will make a greenish color. So I've got primaries. I don't have quinacridone out, but I put quinacridone in that. So quinacridone magenta, cad yellow medium hue, phthalo blue green shade. So red, yellow, blue. And then I've got raw sienna, burnt umber, Mars black, and titanium white. So a lot more colors than I said in the beginning. That's okay. I'm still thinking an overall raw sienna burnt umber painting. Oh, I should talk about the background. I use that 2-inch really cheap brush and just hints. I saved that little palette in case I need it. Just like I'd take a little burnt umber in the corner of my brush and smear it out while it was wet. Sometimes I would dry brush. You can't really see because the cat's going to cover up most of that background. Just to get a little texture in it. I could have left it just wood, which is neat looking. I like that look. But like if I make a mistake or I smear like some chalk pastel over onto it, I can't paint over it and have it look like wood. I could try to wash it or erase it, but sometimes that doesn't work. So that's one reason why I painted this. When you do burnt umber and white, in my opinion, it's a pink brown. There's a little bit more red in it, so it'll have a little bit of a pink look to it. Oh, if you look and if in the time lapse, go back a little bit, I had like 3/4 of it the background painted before I flipped it. You can see the yellow of the wood, and then you can see this is pinker. If you want to see what I'm talking about. What else? Oh, I'm using a really little brush right now. Not that one. A number 1 round from Princeton. It helps me get, you know, the little detail around the eyes. Really, I didn't need to use it here. I just had it in my hand. I'm smearing in some color, and I'm going to put hairs, twigs from the bird's nest over. I'm sort of working back to front, so these colors are behind all the hair. And then working darker helps me find some of the patterns and shapes in the cat that I can also paint over. You can go both directions with acrylics, but when in doubt, find your darker shapes. It can help you. I think. I really like the colors in this nose. I glazed a little yellow over it. A lot of times I will paint where the whiskers go in, and then they get lighter and softer. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those just yet. I may not, even though his nose is pretty much done, I may not like it and change it as I go along. I'm thinking of just fading out, like having some loose brushwork. I haven't done that before. This is a pet portrait of a cat with a bird nest. This is a sparrow, you know, on its head. I do a lot of animal portraits. Oh, here's another thought I had while I was painting. One of the reasons why I stop and pop in, because I won't remember them later, I'm going to mix this with water and then put it in a gallon baggie, and it'll kind of act like a terrarium and help rehydrate my paints. I think I've been working on this a couple hours, but I'm also going slow, small brush. Okay, back up to what I was going to say. Painting this on 11 by 14, and it's a portrait, the eyes are a lot bigger. You know, there's my thumb. I think they're much easier to do because you're not in there with a teeny, well, I'm in there with a little brush, but I'm not in there trying to do detail or something with, and it's a teeny little eye. Although I wouldn't put as much detail in a small eye. I think it's much easier to paint a bit larger. If you go really big, then that can take so much time just to get it all covered. You know, I think 11 by 14, 12 by 12s, 10 by 10s, 8 by 8s are great sizes to paint and practice. They're also, for me, good sizes to sell because they're less expensive and more affordable for people. Okay, I have lots of thoughts, you guys. Let's just do a little tour of first layer of paint. So it kind of looks thin and washy, which you may like, but I tend to go, I think the layers, I like the richness of layered color with the transparency. You do you. I've seen some really cool paintings where they, you know, leave it more like this. Okay, there's those eyes. They're really intense right now. And I don't have any light source on them yet. And then you can kind of, I don't know how many layers are on that nose already. Couple. And I may not like it so pink. We'll see. And there's the mouth. And I started to put in a little bit of shadow down there. Okay, guys, I'm going to quit for tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow. I have a few thoughts, so I thought I'd pop in. Let's see, where to start. Excuse me, guys, I haven't spoken to anybody today. I've been working on this for several hours. This is going slow. Oh, and my cat, of course, is playing with Wally, don't. Making the camera wiggle. I'm sorry, guys. I'm using the small #1 round quite a bit. We'll start with brushes to get ear hairs, play with layers and colors on the eyes, just even scribbling in some of the stripe color on this cat. Oh, I did use this 1/2" angle brush quite a bit on the nest. The nest isn't done, but I've got the structure in there. I've got the shadows in there. I'm gonna lighten it up and warm it up, I think. I did use this brush for some of the small. I wanted to put these in. I might change their value and their color a little bit, but just so I can kind of see what I'm thinking and where I'm going. What else? Oh, slow isn't bad at all. I'm really enjoying myself. And just really just quietly going, okay, paint shapes. So this is a sparrow and I'm already painting. I think it would be rusty here and browns. But I thought, well, let's bring a little blue in. Blue and orange are complements. Yeah, blue and orange are complements. So I'm kind of hinting at complements. And so I'm painting the shape. Here, let's get a little closer maybe. So on that sparrow's beak, a dark blue triangle shape, and then I added a little bit of white, it's the same blue, and painted this shape. Painted this shape kind of a rusty brown, or rusty reddish, and then I came back with some brown and darkened it. So paint this shape on the wing. That's what artists mean when they say paint the shapes you see. And then I always just feel better. You know, it's really great advice to work on the entire painting and then work big shapes to small. I'm not doing that because I just feel so much better. I keep playing with the nose and the eyes because I just feel so much better when those eyes are done. To me, that's the most important thing. This is a cat portrait, basically, with a bird, cat and bird portrait with a bird in a nest. And then another thing I was thinking about, and I wanted to pop in, all right, shift, even though these are the same values, kind of in this inner eyelid area that you can see. This one's brown, and this one's pinkish. And you can just, like a glaze, some, a little bit quinacridone right over it. The eyes aren't exactly the same. The shadow, so my light's coming from up and over here. Oh, can you see that? This direction, so the sun's up over here. So this eye is more in the light. This side of the face is going to be more in the light. And so this has a bigger shadow on it. But the shadow shifts colors, which I think is just fun. It takes more time, but I think that's also kind of what sells my paintings, is I shift the color. Or even here. Oh! Sorry. Wally just knocked some stuff over and then went running. And now I'm meowing. So here it kind of is rusty, gets orangey, and then gets brown. I might change it, but it just helps. It also gets darker in value as it goes more in the shadow. And then another tip is this eye has white. I might even put another coat of white on that highlight. That's a light blue, where this one's a light, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a light blue highlight because it's in the shadow. And then I did end up putting a little bit of white in there, which I think is nice. I can overdo it, you can overdo it. I just kind of keep playing with it. I can fix it. Like if I decide this one needs to be white, just put some white over it. I call it white because it takes at least 2 coats, even though it's an opaque color. I put it on so that it's flat and it's easier to change. There isn't any texture. I'll come back towards the end of the painting sometimes and put some thicker paint and texture on it. Okay, I just want to come in with, basically I'm playing, I'm going slow, I'm using a teeny tiny brush, but I'm still getting a fairly loose painting. I've been working on loose for maybe a year now, and color for a couple years. You can, if you go back on YouTube, you can see my growth and change as an artist. I'm liking the direction I've been going in, but it is just fun for me to get in here and wiggle and just relax you know, just take it easy, no rush, that kind of stuff. I really enjoy that. Okay, guys, I think that covers it. I'll be back in a bit. Oh, sorry guys, my voice kind of squeaked. Excuse me, just a couple of comments. Let's see. I was using this number 4 round and I'm putting in pretty thin paint, but darker on this side, lighter on this side. My sun's coming from right up over here. And then I've just started using the 1/2-inch angle brush and putting in some strokes that mimic more the fur. I may go over these. A lot of times I like to because I can see the background coming through, but actually that might help me. I'll know as I keep building this. I've put in, oh sorry, I just hit my microphone cord if that wiggled my phone. Instead of putting in white, sometimes I just go straight to white. I'm putting in a lot of white with a pinch of cad yellow mixture, and then that leaves me a little bit more room to go white, and it warms it up. You know, a lot of times you do warm colors in the light, cooler colors in the shadow, even though this is a rusty. Put some blue in the bird's nest, put some light yellow in the bird's nest. Oh, and I put a little, this color in the nose up into the bird, just because I thought it looked a little stronger. Even though these eyes are just going to grab you, they're so big and intense. And I'm continuing to paint, like there's a triangle shape here. And it does go off this way. I'm painting the shapes I see, and I don't have to get them exactly right. And putting in the stripes and then building from there. But you don't have to like literally do, you know, I painted, oh, I don't know. I painted the ears first, but then I put the nest on, then I came back in and put, you can do it either way. But generally working what's behind something to what's in front of something just can be a little bit easier. Let's do a tour. I'm going to quit for tonight. Oh gosh, I worked on it this afternoon some and this evening some. I could have 3 to 4 hours in it. I have lost track how much time. But this is going to probably be a 12-hour painting when it's all said and done, especially since I'm doing a lot of little brushes. I'm going slow, taking my time. Oh, and I put some yellow in here just to warm up that nose area. And I think I'm going to have some more yellow, warmer creams over here and cooler, browner creams over there. Okay, so let's look at the bird. I might change the bird a little more still. There's the nest. I'm having a blast with this one. Sometimes I'm thinking, oh, I've got to get paintings done because I was so blessed, so lucky to have sold so many paintings last month with my show. So I don't have any inventory. So I'm like, oh, I need paintings. And yet I picked this one, which is a time-consuming one. I'm just enjoying it. I tell myself it'll be fine. One painting at a time, one stroke at a time. That kind of thing. And it's amazing. This thought just popped into my head. It's amazing how just putting the stripes in and some of the other shapes, the cat really starts to come together. It's not, I just think that's really cool. It's still, to me, I've been painting for quite a while now. It's just still magic to me how that works. Paint the shapes you see, paint the values. You'll get there. And then I do have a thing for animals. Oh, here. So that's thin paint, but that's okay. And I'm doing scribbly on purpose because I'm thinking I'm just gonna, I don't know, fade it out or just not even put it in. sort of like a sketch kind of look at the bottom there. Okay, guys, I hope a few of those comments help. I was going to say goodbye almost. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Just a couple comments. Let's see. You could call this done. I need to put whiskers on. I'm going to use a number 1 round from Princeton for the whiskers, and then I'll thin out the paint. Oh, I'm sorry. Wally's playing with my my microphone cord, and then he wiggles my tripod. Wally's my tuxedo cat. I use this brush because, like, if I, let's see if I can find one that makes sense. I don't have a lot of them in here yet. I could set it down, well, here, maybe right here, and get like a fur shape stroke. But I'm gonna lighten this up, bring this more into the sunlight right here. Plus you can see, oh, I've got little bits of background coming through. Let's see, I don't know if you can see that there. A lot of times I just like to get more paint on it. So it has more of that, like these eyes have, I don't know how many layers, and they just have a nice glow and depth to them. Same with the nose. I think that's about it. I'm gonna pull out some more, well, I don't know if I'm gonna pull out more long hairs, but maybe play with that a little bit. When I've got a pencil line that's showing through because my paint's thin, I'm going to try and cover that up too. You can see it. You could leave, like I'm going to put some white. I might leave some of the yellow, but I'm going to put some white. But really, you don't need to. You get the highlights with the light yellow. A lot of artists will use even a lighter yellow white than this for the highlights and not use white. I think that's about it for comments. I could be back pretty quick with the time lapse, or it could be quite a while. It just depends on how much I work. Like, I know I'm going to work this and bring out some lighter ones, make the cat fluffier. And I definitely want some whiskers and things. But if I go back and work everything, kind of check the values, and it could be a bit. Okay, hopefully a couple of those comments help. Oh, I think the eyes are working, even though they're really intense in color. I think they're working. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. That was probably a quick little time lapse. I tried to video more of the whiskers, but I needed to get my head in there. My left shoulder's lined up over here, and I picked it up to do the whiskers because it was so much easier. And the other details, like I darkened in here, put little dark lines. I don't know if any of those things matter, but they were fun to do. I lightened this up some, I think pretty much. Here, I'll just show you my palette. So I just keep mixing, like I have a couple of browns, but then I might mix a greenish brown or a blue gray, that kind of stuff. I just keep mixing over dried puddles, like this is dry right here. My colors, or my paint is getting quite dry because I have fans running. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, this one took me a while, but it was really fun. And I was very deliberate with it, even though it's looser. Then if you go back and look at some of my older paintings, although it might not, the video smooths everything out. It's looser, but it's deliberate. So I've slowed back down, even though I'm still working on painting looser. that made sense. I think I just repeated myself. I think really all we need to do is a tour. This didn't turn out quite as raw sienna and burnt umber heavy as I planned, but it was fun to put some greens in here, put some blues in the nest. I even end up putting a little quinacridone up here, a little quinacridone in there. Just once I decided to go more colorful, just kind of make I put some red in here. I mixed the red with quinacridone and cad yellow. Just decided to make the colors pop more. Okay, let's see if we can do a screenshot too. Oh, and I don't think I've done this before. Where I just leave messy brush strokes. I've seen other artists do this like in sketches and various things. It reminds me a little bit of a charcoal drawing where you would just leave the portrait, leave the edges loose like that. Okay, let's see if we can do a screenshot here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. Oh gosh. Here, we're going to go for a little ride, so it's going to wiggle. I'll move that back a bit. It might make it a little easier for me. That's not too bad. It looks like a boy to me. I need title ideas. If you guys want to leave any in the comments, that would be fun. Those eyes are way more colorful, I think. Well, maybe there's a cat like that out there, but it's just also fun. And when I'm looking at my phone, I like how fluffy this looks. Because when I look at my phone, it's a great way to step back from this painting. Okay, let's start. That's quite messy. Let's see if I can get it. And I'm like, sometimes I just take my finger and smear it while it's wet. I do that quite a bit. So you don't have to get all these brush strokes just right. I don't know, this is like the fourth layer. Kept building up to a lighter value. And then I really don't have that many brush strokes right here. I had fun with those whiskers. The whiskers looking thin is easier on this size than like if I do a 5x7. It's harder to get them looking thin like that. Oh, and another thing here, I'm thinking of it. So if I got a thick one, we'll just say here, and it was still wet, I just take a clean brush with some water in it, and you can just keep wiping it. Oh, I did do it, no, I can kind of see the white. Just wipe it thinner. Erase it, kind of a thing. Okay, where were we? That's funny. I'm gonna hang on to this one for a little while. I didn't put that much white in over here. A lot of it's just yellow white. I did lighten it up some. I may have too many, but it also makes it fun, but I might have too many wild hairs on this cat. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. It's so fun for me to hang out with you. I just love it. I super appreciate your support. I couldn't do this without all of you. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye guys.